the first step is to install the Cloudflare Wrangler CLI. You can do this with Yarn, with npm, or with pnpm. This last one from Microsoft I highly recommend you checking out. Next, we're going to use this CLI to create a new project using the generate command and providing a name for your project. In our case, it's going to be mock worker. In Cloudflare, we're always talking about workers. It's kind of like the AWS Lambdas or the cloud functions in Google platform. So one little bit of step that we need to do is to execute wrangler config, which will ask for a token ID, which we can get from cloudflare.com. So you will sign up, and once you're in, we will go to the workers screen, and in there we will get our account ID. Click to copy the account ID, and we go back to our code, open our preferred editor, in my case Visual Studio Code, and we're gonna look for the Wrangler TOML or TOML a file where we have the configuration. You see the name of the application, you see the type. JavaScript is just one of the types possible, and finally you have the account ID. The workers dev means that we're in the development environment, and we will leave route and zone ID for some later conversation. Once you pasted your account ID, let's run this thing. And the beauty is that you can run it locally using Wrangler CLI. So we will do Wrangler dev, and that will execute our local environment. Let's take a look at the file, our worker itself. You see we have the API for the service worker, add event listener, and then we execute as part of that the handle request, which in our case is just responding hello worker no matter what we do. So Wrangler dev to start the local environment. You see we got a server running on port 8787. Let's copy that and open a browser. You can request that on the command line as well, but you see on the browser itself we get the hello worker response.